Hello, hello. This is a response video to Hank Green's Why I Didn't Vote, a video where he gathers the opinions of many and he gathers the 6 top reasons why people didn't vote in the past or why they're not going to vote this time in America. We'll start with reason 1, the lesser of two evils argument. People don't want to vote for the lesser of two evils. They don't want to pick because why vote for evil? Excellent choice. Hank, however, replies with, but it's the less evil choice. And not voting ranks them as equally evil. And also, don't forget about the other things on the ballot. But let's touch on the whole lesser of two evils. It's a logical fallacy, one that gets repeated over and over and over by academics that I just don't understand how they don't understand the logical fallacy. It's amazing. Even Michio Kaku once argued with someone from RT in an interview. Show me a better system. That's not an argument. Show me a better system when presented with a moral dilemma is the same thing that slave owners used. Congratulations, Michio Kaku and Hank Green. Your arguments are akin to the same things that people who wanted to keep their slaves said. Wow, be really proud of that, I guess. Not to mention, you could have touched on the fact that there's other parties running. Depending on the state that you're in, you should be able to vote for them or write them in, although they are phasing that out a little by little. I do remember when I lived in Las Vegas, Nevada, that you had a touch screen and you could only vote for 2 people. This was, I believe, the 2008 election. And, yeah, you couldn't write anyone in. You couldn't vote for a third party. They were not an option on the touch screen, which I'm pretty sure is illegal, but what are we going to do, sue the government? Yeah, that works out just fine. All right, moving on. The reason 2, I don't care. I'm apathetic. I don't follow this type of stuff. I don't care about this type of stuff. And Hank replies with, yeah, you shouldn't vote either. You just shouldn't. But hey, you should care and you should get informed. I say you're one step closer to having the moral high ground in that democracy is wrong. It's immoral. Let's face it. Just because you voted doesn't make it moral. Gang rape is a vote, technically speaking. Let's move on to reason 3. This is getting messy. Blue state, red state problem. I'm a Republican, and I live in this Democrat state, and I'm going to get outvoted no matter what I do. And Hank basically says, you need to vote harder. Well, not exactly. I mean, he says your vote might matter, but, you got to get off your ass and do something, basically. Plus, there's the other stuff on the ballot that you do vote for at a local level. We'll get back to this later. Reason 4, corrupt by money. Weirdly specific. Hank agreed that, yeah, it's corrupt. Should I repeat that? He agreed that it's... Okay. But 99% of millionaires voted, so you should too. What? Are we forgetting that these millionaires probably work for corporations who have lobbyists, and that if the corporations and the people who work there didn't vote for the people who were going to do the things that they lobbied them to do, they wouldn't be keeping up appearances very well now, would they? I don't know that it's that they actually believe that their votes matter, because we'll get to the rigging in a minute. But I think it's more that, yeah, they got to keep up appearances. Anyways, he also said it would look like you're not voting out of apathy. Even if you're not voting out of protest, it still looks like you're not voting out of apathy. Whatever. We'll move on. Reason 5, I can't get there. Reason 6, overwhelmed by the registration process. Both of these, he just gives your basic blanket answers. Well, I mean, you can get a ride, just call a political party, or, yeah, there was a time that he moved somewhere and it was hard to register to vote. Oh, well, right? Doesn't really matter. Let's get to the crux of the issue here, and the fact that democracy is immoral. Not only is democracy immoral, let's ask yourself a major question, okay? I'm going to ask you to stop, think, use some logic and some truth. Don't lie to yourself. Can you, as an individual, prove that the votes worked? Can you prove they were counted correctly? Now, if you've already answered that question, let me go ahead and tell you the truth. You're not allowed to prove that. There are 2 corporations who are allowed to count votes in the United States of America, and no one is allowed to look at their software. On top of this, Princeton University students have already proven that they're easily riggable, the machines that these 2 corporations use. There have been people who work for these corporations that have testified in court that they were in charge of programming these machines to rig elections, and the only way you could tell is if you ran a paper ballot in concert with the electronic voting, which nobody does. And mind you, if you think, well, I fill out a piece of paper. Yeah, but you turn around and you feed that into a machine, don't you? Yep, they got you by the balls. So not only is voting immoral, because the people who voted against what you wanted are now being forced to do what they said they didn't want to do, or that they didn't want to have happen to them. They're now being forced to have that happen to them. That's immoral. Sorry, it just is. It also, there's no way to prove that it even mattered that you did it. It could just be a giant excuse to do whatever the hell they want to you, so long as it's portrayed in the right way. Now, I don't know if you've noticed this, but talking heads, late night talk show hosts, those types, Seth Meyers I saw recently downplaying voter fraud, laughing it off like, how preposterous is this? Well, it's not, actually, when you look at the facts. But you don't present the facts. You go, right, this is America. That's right. No, sorry, no. Doesn't matter where it is. Nope. Just look at the facts. The facts are, it's unclear. And you're not even allowed to make them clear. If you're not allowed to know the actual count, then you don't actually know the results of voting. And you're never going to for the rest of your life. It will never happen. I guarantee you, it will never happen that you will be able to find out the actual results. Beyond a shadow of a doubt. And I'm not even saying beyond a shadow of a doubt. I'm saying you physically have the proof in your hands and you can verify it by yourself. That's never going to happen. So you can't prove it. Sorry. So, lesser 2 evils? Nah. Who cares about logical fallacies? I mean, if Michio Kaku can't get over logical fallacies, then I suppose Hank Green is doing okay. He's not beyond a theoretical physicist. So keep up the whatever kind of work you'd call it. I know Hank probably won't see this or listen to this, but I would love to see his response to it, because I don't think he ever touches on these types of issues. I don't think he entertains ideas beyond status quo. I don't think he entertains moral dilemmas, ethical problems that should be solved. Instead, you get the same stuff. Well, we shouldn't abolish slavery because who's going to pick the cotton? Well, we can't abolish government because who's going to build the roads? We have to vote, because if we don't vote, then what's going to happen? I just presented you with a bunch of reasons why voting should be questioned. Now, what do we do about all this? Well, you teach your kids, folks. That's all you can do. Teach your kids that it's immoral to rule other humans. Unanimous agreements are fine. Working together is great. Ruling other humans, forcing people to do stuff, not good. Never good. Voting takes part in doing that thing. If you vote, you're not allowed to complain if you vote. Hope you enjoyed the video. Hope Hank sees this, and I hope he replies. Please like and subscribe. We'll catch you later.